which is not exactly the most beautiful. But, okay, now, way up here in the view state, you just see tags, okay? When you're viewing, you just see tags. But when you're editing or when you're editing
Actually,
or adding,
I like that.
there is another tag column, which is primary tag.
Yeah.
Or it's essentially
That
a
would work.
Category.
but we're calling it tags when you view. You know, we're just throwing it's just tags, but it's the primary tag.
Does every category have an icon?
Yes.
So
They're bigger than the tags. It would just blow up everything.
Yeah.
But I have a question. Can we, if you go
But
up
see,
to the browser,
that icon, you know, when you're just looking at your events and there's an icon, that primary tag is the icon that's put next to an event in the list.
maybe
can you go up 1 second?
Where do you want to go?
To the viewing of
The
it.
viewing.
We could do is once this is saved, we could color the primary tag a little different and always
color.
have it in the first one.
Yeah.
why not use the
Yeah.
icon?
Like that
Sorry.
could be
Actually,
green.
we could make it green because
We
green
can
looks
make it
really
green.
good with
Green
blue.
is the primary, yeah. But now that does bring us back to the one thing. What do we now as far as people just viewing events, they just know them as tags. They'll see the green one and that's the primary one. It really has like.
But actually, it would make them think, "Oh, why is this green?" Well, because it's one of the categories you have in the.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah,
It's like it's
exactly.
an added effect.
But when we come down here, what do we want to call it? I mean, does everybody think that we should just put a row for primary tag and then this is the rest of your
it would
tags?
work.
I think make it a separate row.
'Cause
That'd
that's-
be great. And if
that's
you wanted to, you could put the icon in there. And
And
That's
it
the
makes
easiest.
more sense. We can actually, for this icon, we can use the round, the square shape because they're all going to. Well, actually, no, they're not going to be all square. Anyways, we can use an icon of an icon there, and then you just have the next.
But
Meta.
what do we want to call it?
Category.
Nothing. Are you calling this anything?
Do we want to?
There's no name.
Okay.
You just.
I think category will fit. We've been calling it categories since the
do we
dawn
want to
of
call it
time.
category?
Call it category. And we could change the object model if we want to.
But then,
Do we have to?
I mean, honestly,
we don't-
we don't need
We
to
don't have to. It fits.
because we're searching by tags in the future. So I don't
Now-
know. It might not be a good idea to call it
Does-
category because we're searching by tags in the browse view, in the scope.
does
We
that
just make a primary
translation
tag.
does that
Primary.
translation break down though when it comes back to just being a bunch of tags
Wow.
with the primary tag?
Not if it's a different color.
It's not
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bad.
That
So-
translation doesn't get lost.
So that's fine.
No.
That we
And
call
since
it.
you have an icon, you know, you can have.
Yeah, we
Primary tag.
call it categories when you're editing and adding, but then it's a green tag when
Yeah.
it's viewing.
The icon is a tag,
Let's do
a
just
one,
one thing.
tagged or something.
Just one thing
Yeah.
I've been thinking. Rather than disabling save, it's not obvious that the user has to start a category unless we made it like required, but users don't read. Basically.
Okay.
So if for instance, the category is down here and doesn't see the required, he's going to see save gray and say, "Oh,
Or just not
What's-
assign a default
what's wrong?
category.
no."
Maybe have it
my
selectable and
proposal
have an
was
error come up.
we keep save always enabled. If save is clicked, we put up a model asking for the category, and we don't commit the save immediately. When it chooses the category, we scroll to the category row and highlight it.
This might be too custom, but can we actually, if it's hidden, can we scroll to the primary tag and sort of highlight it somewhere?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
The
Oh,
other
just
model
that,
is just
yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, just
Okay.
that. No
And
model.
there's no cancel button. So if people go back, is that going to be doing the cancel? Is it?
If you go back, yeah, that's a good.
We
if
should
you go
ask:
back-
do you want to save or do you
Oh,
or
we
cancel?
can use the way Contacts does it. When something changes, it changes to another view that has cancel and save.
Yeah, no. That's
So we know that
So you can't go back. It's either one or
yeah,
the
there's no back arrow. There's cancel and save.
Sure.
When you touch save, you can
what's
spam.
normal?
Wait,
That's-
wait,
You actually just had that
I've been
because of the
using that in
markup, the way
Profile.
you did the thing.
Hold on,
because you-
but
Context
this,
comes
no,
up
no, no,
modally,
wait, wait,
though,
wait,
but
wait,
this
wait,
is
wait, wait, wait.
navigation.
This is editing.
It
Yeah.
plays.
you have just come from a list of your events or come from...
Is this in place where you touch something and
No,
you...
if you're in editing mode, then cancel should be on the left. And
Yeah,
save should be
cancel
But
on the
how
right.
do you get back to your
out of
events?
my events?
Oh, wait. I know what he
you
means.
go
Back
back
to
when
my
you-
events when it's editing.
Unless you...
You're right, yes, you're right. When, okay, let's say
Oh,
you're
okay,
just...
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Tap edit, cancel.
Yep.
Yep.
Just one little thing. Having the title in the, we showed the title just there nicely and can show the whole thing, and then we've got the truncated ugly one at the top. Should we just have?
Yeah, I don't
should we have
know.
we could have your logo for the.
What do you
the
think?
Wiki,
Oh,
wiki
tap it.
meaty thing or some other kind of more.
Event.
Or edit.
event.
Event.
What
Edit
is-
event.
I'm a bit-
what is
Yeah, I think
con-
event would make.
What does contact do?
Yeah.
Yeah, event.
Oh,
Just
you mean
put-
the
just
title?
put
Yeah,
event.
actually we...
Because it's just.
Maybe here, so it's very visible to
Yeah.
for one's one event.
Yeah, just
you know,
put event.
Yeah, it's called.
Or no.
And
No.
cancel button.
Well,
Sweet.
figure it
What's
out
the
your
thing about
design.
deleting them? So for deleting the tags, this wiggle thing was quite nice, but the other thing was maybe putting like a little X, like a go away while you're editing on each one or something.
Well, like you, what you could do. Okay, so if we have,
Let me just...
okay, let's say you've made the main one, and we have that blue plus sign, like we all talked about, right? You click it, and
Oh, what?
Model.
There is no blue one. There is
Well,
no... the main one is not in here. It's up
no,
there.
no, we're not talking about the main one.
You just said the
We're
main
talking
one.
about.
No, but
Say the main one.
Secondaries. You're talking about
So
adding
the
secondaries.
next-
Talking about-
all of
yeah,
them.
I'm talking about secondaries. So you have the plus sign, and like whatever comes up that allows you to type one in and hit submit, whatever it may be. If you click on a tag, an alert sheet comes up that says you want to delete or edit. If you delete it, it goes away. If you hit edit, the alert sheet goes down and the edit thing comes
Or
up.
the edit thing comes up and it has a delete button. So
You can do that.
basically you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
you,
yeah. You do two in one.
Yeah, you don't need one step.
That's great.
Alright.
Now,
So,
what should the edit thing be? Is it a full modal?
Is it
Yeah.
possible to... You mean here? Why don't we just... I mean, tags are general...
we could do it in place, add a field,
What
add
would-
a text field
You're
just
gonna
below.
need the keyboard, so it's gonna end up being full screen.
Yeah, you're gonna need. That's right. You're gonna
Oh
need a
yeah,
keyboard.
yeah.
'cause
I
the
mean, what
keyboard's
feels
gonna-
natural to put in tags is just typing and separating them with commas.
Yeah, but
That's how every other, like how Mac apps work.
No,
It's
no,
either a
totally.
comma or a space.
Yeah.
I don't like space because a lot of people want to like just like pool
Yeah.
party. So I think what feels natural to the user is just doing that.
if that is done on the iPhone anywhere else, and we can see how
It's
they're
not
doing
just
it.
check things. They actually have a predefined list of tags.
Yeah, they have a predefined list.
Show details.
Like if that method, like on the desktop, yeah.
Yeah.
But over
Tags.
here, we've got to.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
unfortunately, we've got to.
pretty
You do
Fine.
it with mail. If you write comma and you start a new address, it actually
but-
turns into
Yeah.
a...
They were saying
Because
they
that's-
don't.
that's
There's no
major
way that they
concept
can
there.
do that.
Not free for.
Well,
Yeah,
in
the
time.
tokenizing doesn't.
Yeah.
In the time being... Okay.
It's a big effort.
Yeah. So I think unfortunately, but I don't. Well, and I know what you're worried about because it's like I just want to type a couple of tags. I don't want to hit add and but I don't think it's.
No one's
be-
going to tag them, but I mean, it's fine because we have the other tags.
It's like
So.
have a primary tag, I think if
You
they're.
force the primary tag.
Have you done the attendees adding window?
No, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that's like
That's the friends, sort of like the
Default.
friends view.
that's like default. Yeah. Almost like
But it's gonna have a checkbox, right? And then you also be able to add email addresses at the bottom. And you
Yeah,
know
what-
to go.
when you add a friend, when you add attendees, what are your capabilities? Okay, so let's say we clicked on attendees and a new view slides in.
Whoosh.
It's obviously going to be a table view with a plus button
Most likely.
Or
Maybe
a checkbox of
A checkbox.
all your friends.
of all
You just
Yeah.
go boom, 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 and
a
then at
type
the
of view
bottom
with
you
all
have...
the friends with checkboxes, and maybe at the top, enter email here to invite a friend, or something like that.
Can we have something like, because you would probably want to submit everything at once instead of
Yeah.
adding, inviting. So
Yeah.
can we have something like in address book where you have, if you want to add a new email, you have a, like once you filled out the first email, it gives you the option to
I was
add
thinking
another
more
one.
along the lines of mail when you select more messages. You know, touch, save.
Yeah, but we need the option to input
We need
an
the
email
option to
address
input a
that
new
is
one.
not saved in your friends list.
Yeah, I have a row at the top or at the bottom with
At
that.
the bottom, and as soon as you fill in the first one and it's not empty anymore, can you automatically create
Yeah.
a new cell that
Yeah,
says
no problem.
email and again until you like.
Yeah, like add.
Alright.
Yeah.
No problem about that.